Assalamu alaikum students. In today's lecture, we will discuss the types of simple epithelium and their location and functions and how to draw the simple epithelia. The simple epithelium, that is the epithelium having single row of cells. Now this is divided into three types: simple columnar, simple squamous and simple cuboidal on the basis of shape of the cells. So simple columnar, column-like cells, single layer of column-like cells. Simple squamous, single layer of squamous cells or spindle-shaped cells. And cuboidal is single layer of cuboidal cells. So this kind of epithelium is usually present at places where the function of secretion or absorption is taking place. Okay, so starting from the simple squamous epithelium, if a question comes about simple squamous epithelium, it is a spin. It consists of spindle-shaped cells. Spindle-shaped means these are tapering at ends and bulging just in the middle. This is a whole cell and bulging in the middle due to presence of the nucleus and tapering at the end. So very thin cells having flat nucleus located on the surfaces where the exchange of gases takes place. Now example is the lung alveoli. They are present in the lining of lung alveoli. They are present in the blood vessels, whether they are the arteries or the veins or the capillaries. The lining epithelium of the blood vessels consists of squamous cells, and these are usually known as endothelium. Also, they are present in the Bowman's capsule of the kidney. You can see here the Bowman's capsule of the kidney. So, mesothelium is another example of simple squamous epithelium, and the mesothelium lines the pericardial, pleural and peritoneal cavities. So in this picture, the lung tissue is present and its lining consists of the pleura, which consists of double layer of mesothelium. So because of its thinness, the simple squamous epithelium allows rapid diffusion of gases, water and water-soluble molecules. However, in many locations, the simple squamous epithelium is also engaged in active transport and vesicular transport. And also, it acts as its function is also to secrete, as in case of mesothelium lining the pericardial, peritoneal and pleural cavities. So the simple squamous is having two functions, that is the absorption of gases and water soluble molecules, and number two is the secretion. The second example of simple epithelium is simple columnar epithelium, that it consists of single layer of column-shaped cells. And column-shaped cells means the cells are taller as compared to its width. And nucleus is oval and placed vertically in the lower one-third of the cell. It has got a function of secretion and absorption. So it is present in the lining of GI tract and in the lining of uterus. So here you can see the nuclei, they are lying at the same level. So this is the simple columnar epithelium, which consists of column-like cells. So the simple columnar epithelium, it is divided into two types: simple columnar epithelium with goblet cells and microvilli. You can see here that on the surface of these columnar cells lie the microvilli, and the epithelium have goblet cells. You can see here the goblet cells. So this is simple columnar epithelium with goblet cells and microvilli on their surface. So this is one type, and this is present in lining of the small and large intestine, while the other type is simple columnar epithelium, ciliated, simple columnar ciliated epithelium. Now this is located in the lining of uterine tube, and you can see the cilia on the surface of the simple columnar cells. You can see the nuclei, they are lying in one row, and the cells are column shaped, that is more in height than in the width. So goblet cells are modified columnar epithelial cells which synthesize and secrete mucin, and these are scattered among the cells of many epithelial lining, particularly the GIT and respiratory tract. Now the mucus content, it does not take the stain of HNE. So special stain is needed to stain the glycogen in the mucus, glycoprotein in the mucus, and this special stain is the periodic acid Schiff stain. And the structure of the goblet cell, why it is called goblet cell, because it appears like a goblet glass. Now here you can see I'm drawing the goblet glass. So this is a goblet glass. Okay, so this is the goblet glass. Now these goblet cells, how they appear, their apical surface it is full of mucin, like this, full of secretion, the mucus. So that's why its apical part bulges, where the secretory vesicles they accumulate, it bulges, while the lower part, it contains the nucleus and the other organelles, and there is a rim of cytoplasm in the periphery and the lower part. So that's why they appear as goblet shaped. So rim of cytoplasm like this, and the cytoplasm goes down where the nucleus is also lying, and here is the it is basically a columnar cell with its apical portion bulging due to the secretory product, that is the mucin present here. So that's why they are known as goblet cells. They are unicellular. They are also known as unicellular glands, and they are abundant in. Now simple cuboidal epithelium, as you know, simple cuboidal epithelium, it rests on the basement membrane, and the cells are cuboid in shape. Cells are cuboidal in shape. So how the cuboidal epithelium appears? How is their nucleus? So their nucleus are spherical. Here you can see their nucleus are rounded, spherical nucleus, and they are cube shaped, and their nucleus is spherical or rounded. So here you can see the spherical rounded central nuclei and layer of single cube shaped cells rest on the basement membrane. So you can recognize the cuboidal cells by the nucleus. So in the epithelium, you can recognize the shape of the epithelium by the shape of the nucleus, not by the shape of the cell. You cannot recognize it properly but you can recognize them by the shape of the nucleus. In case of cuboidal cells, the nucleus is spherical and central, while in case of squamous cells, the nuclei, they are flat like this, and in columnar cells, nuclei lies in the lower part and it's oval. So this is how you recognize the cell, because the cell boundaries are not distinct at times. So the cuboidal epithelium, it consists of single layer of cuboidal cells, cube-shaped cells with spherical central nucleus, and it rests on basement membrane, and below this basement membrane lies the connective tissue in which blood vessels are present, and this epithelium takes its nutrition from these blood vessels. Now, function of the cuboidal cell is secretion and transportation in glands and filtration in kidneys. Now, location of the cuboidal epithelium is in the parenchyma of the glands and ducts of the glands, for example, pancreas, salivary glands, kidney tubules. Also, the covering of ovaries also consists of cuboidal epithelium. So these are the sites where the cuboidal epithelium is present, and their main function is secretion and transportation in the gland ducts and the glandular epithelium, and filtration in the kidneys. So these are also present in kidney tubules, that is the proximal and distal convoluted tubules. Now in the end, I will show you how to draw the simple epithelium. First of all, the simple squamous epithelium. So if this is the basement membrane, the squamous cells are spindle shaped like this, So only so I will color the nucleus with the blue color. So these are flattened nuclei, and only the bulge is in the area of the nucleus present. So this is how you will draw the this simple squamous epithelium. Not like the eyes or the fishes or the boats. So students used to draw this squamous epithelium like this. So this is the wrong way to draw it. The correct way to draw it is it has got tapering ends, and then in the middle there is a bulge. Then again the tapering end, and then in middle it is the bulge. So this is the simple squamous epithelium looks like. So there should be a very narrow area here, about 0.1 micrometer. So this is how the simple squamous epithelium should be drawn. Simple squamous epithelium. Okay, now the simple columnar epithelium. It's very simple to draw the simple columnar epithelium. This is the basement membrane. You have to draw column-like cells, means the cells which are having more height as compared to the width. More height as compared to the width. And the nuclei, they lie in the lower part of the cells, lower 1/3. So if you divide the cell into 3 parts here, so the nuclei, they lie in the lower 1/3 like this. Oval nuclei, they are present usually in the lower 1/3 part. So this is how you will draw the simple columnar epithelium. And kindly, when you label it, please label it properly. Basement membrane, Columnar cells, single layer of columnar cells, nuclei, and please don't forget to fill in the cytoplasm in these cells. So students usually do what? They forgot to fill in the cytoplasm. So you have to fill in the cytoplasm in these cells also. So here in these squamous cells also, please fill in the cytoplasm also. So this is the basement membrane and this is the squamous cells, flattened spindle shaped cells with flattened nuclei. Okay, now the cuboidal cells. This is the basement membrane. Cube shaped cells, you have to draw cube shaped. Okay, so their nuclei are spherical like this, more prominent. So here again you will label this the basement membrane. The cuboidal, single layer of cuboidal cells, the nuclei, spherical nucleus, and again the cytoplasm. So don't forget to draw the cytoplasm in these cells. So if you draw with the if you do it with the pencil, when you are drawing with H&E pencil, so this would be better drawn here in your copy. So this should be like that. I hope you have understood the structure of the simple epithelium and their location and their function and how to draw them properly. Thank you.